My dear viewers, welcome to Ritzy Ventures and welcome to episode 3 of my Lakshadweep series. In this episode, I would cover both day 3 and day 4 of my Lakshadweep trip. I would also cover the cost of my trip. So do watch till the very end and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so far. Please do watch the previous 2 episodes to find out how to reach Lakshadweep, its permit requirements, and the activities and experiences that I had on the first 2 days of my trip. I would leave the links in the description box as well as on the top right corner of the screen. With that, let's start episode 3 of my Lakshadweep series. Welcome to day 3 of my Lakshadweep trip. Right now I'm going for breakfast. The weather has been quite pleasant so far, though there has been an occasional drizzle. It did not throw a spanner to any of the activities that we have planned. Hopefully it would remain that way at least for today, as I have a very crucial water sports activity planned for today. Didn't get the buggy, so we are walking up to the restaurant. Post breakfast, I'm headed to the Scuba Center for an instruction session, which is mandatory to attend before attempting scuba. I was asked to fill up this form giving my consent for scuba diving. Scuba diving instruction session conducted by Padi has just commenced. You can skip this part if you are not interested in knowing details about scuba and directly jump to the scuba diving video.
Welcome to Trade Day. This is assisted program instrument. One person always with you. Okay. I am going to give the details just for knowledge. Everything we are doing for you. You want to do 3 things. One is मुंह से सांस लेना छोड़ना तुम्हारा काम है. That I can do. देखना तुम्हारा काम है. Equalizing करना तुम्हारा काम है. Thus I am coming little details about that. This is conducted by PADI. PADI means Professional Association Diving Instructor. My name is Mohammed. I am diving instructor. The Abir is diving master. Sar is also diving master. One of the Selim is assistant instructor. Excellent. 4 of them in the water at that time. 3 people together. Okay. Excellent. This is 12-liter tank. Normally we are using 2 kind of tank. One steel, one is aluminium. Lot of people prefer to use the aluminium, lightweight, easy to maintain that. This is 12-liter tank. We have compressor, we are directly filled here. All the dirty particle remove, like oil contain, water contain, waste remove. This is fresh air, not a mixture of gas. Okay. Breathing rhythm, deep breathe, breathe out long and slowly. You can't do the short breath. 2 methods of clearing water. One is inside the mouth, breathe out also you can clear the water. Sometimes your lungs is empty, you can't blow. This purge button in the front of the mouthpiece. Just press it. Like that. It's clear the water. Your exhaling bubbles is coming here, not through the lips. Through the lips is coming, your sealing is not perfect. More importantly, your mouthpiece is always in the mouth underwater. Any chance, by chance is lose it. Don't get panic, put it in mouth and clear the water, then inhale. So understand the mouthpiece? Very good. Underwater, we can't talk to each other. Hand signal. This signal is I am okay, are you okay? This is question mark for you. This is not okay, something is wrong. You say like that, we'll taking up in the surface, inflate your jacket, float in the water, sort it out your problem, then we'll go down also. You can point it out under water, your problem, sometimes your problem, you can, then I understand your problem also. Sometimes breathing problem, you can say like that. Catching the cramp, you can taking your thigh, like that. So then I understand that. Otherwise, will you say like that, we'll taking up you, no problem. So okay, not okay, going down is common. This is.
It was information avalanche for me. So the 3 things that I tried to remember in a nutshell was how to breathe, how to clear water if it enters my mouth, and how to communicate through hand signals. Instruction session over. I'm waiting for my turn to be called for scuba diving. In case I did not share before, this is going to be my first scuba diving experience. So obviously I was a bit anxious. I am gearing up right now for my first scuba diving experience. The tank initially did feel a bit heavy, but it felt weightless while it was submerged in water. If you were wondering whether I was scared or not to go for scuba diving, I think I was a bit scared, but I didn't want to succumb to my fear. I have friends and family who have gone for scuba and have raved about it. I also wanted to experience the same thrill. At the same time, I totally trusted the diver. There I go, delving into the realms of fishes and corals. This is a glimpse of what I saw. For beginners, it is just 6 to 8 meters dive, and the diver kept communicating with me through hand signals. The cost of the unique experience is 2,500 rupees. As you can see, I am holding the mouthpiece firmly by hand because of the sheer fear that I am going to gulp down some water. For my next scuba diving, whenever that is, I am going to let both my hands free. One is not supposed to touch any marine life during snorkeling or scuba diving. I just saw them from very close quarters. I saw schools of colorful fish and myriad color corals. It was such an enriching experience. And here are some pics of my scuba diving. Scuba diving is the second adventure sport activity that I ticked off from my bucket list this year. The first one being parasailing that I did in Mauritius. You can watch the video by clicking on the I button above. I'm starving as I had a very light breakfast for scuba dive and I'm headed for lunch. That's my sumptuous lunch. Post-lunch, we hopped into a buggy to see Bangaram Lake. That's Bangaram Lake. Do you know that they harvest rainwater for drinking and other purposes here, as there is no fresh water source on the island? Now we are headed back to our room for some much needed rest. It is 4 p.m. now. Look at this picturesque beach view. Would you ever want to go back to your city life when you wake up to a breathtakingly beautiful view like this every day?
For snorkeling with my daughter, and after that I plan to go for banana boat ride.
That's my daughter snorkeling. She enjoyed it so much that she would do it every day during our stay. Next we went for banana boat ride. I felt the duration was little too less. I do not have any other video of it, unfortunately. They say a wonderful way to end a day in a beach vacation is to watch the sunset, and that's what we are doing right now. So as the sun changes its color every minute, you watch the sunset with us. This is the western part of the island. This part is a bit shallow and the depth increases gradually. Thus it is best for swimming. In comparison, the eastern side is deeper. After 1 meter, there is a sudden depth of 6 meters. Thus this part is best for all water sport activities. It is 7 p.m. now and we are headed to the restaurant for dinner. Wait, I can hear the sound of Aarti from somewhere. Aarti means that there must be a temple around. I am curious to find out about it. There is indeed a pandal here where Aarti is going on. The devotees here asked me to join the Aarti, which I gladly did. Post dinner, when we hailed a buggy to go back to our room, the buggy driver told us that we should not miss the bioluminescence near the helipad site. So we are headed towards that now. That's all my camera could capture of the bioluminescence. Tailing this cute creature, we proceeded towards our room. That's the end of day 3 of my Lakshadweep trip. Wait, my dear viewers, don't leave. In this episode, I have also covered day 4.
Welcome to day 4 of my Lakshadweep trip. Right now I will be going for breakfast and I have planned for some more activities in the evening. Today being the last day, whatever activities I felt I haven't done, I plan to complete them. Let's see how it goes. And that's the view of the sea behind me.
Going to the restaurant for breakfast now. Oh, this path from wooden house to restaurant, I am going to miss so much.
For breakfast I am having dosa, upma and chai.
Post breakfast, we were just chilling by the beach. I chatted up a few tourists, many of whom had had multiple flight changes to reach Agatti Island. They were so glad that they chose Bangaram Island. Having an outdoor lunch today.
Dal, papad, what is that? Pineapple bhaji, bhindi bhaji, chicken and fish.
Post lunch, we hopped into a buggy to see the helipad. This is the same place where we saw bioluminescence yesterday night. Since it was pitch dark then, we wanted to see it again in the broad daylight.
This is the helipad, a sandbank.
This helipad is used by VIPs and for emergencies, and that's the sandbank. During low tide, you can walk up to the sandbank. We are supposed to visit the sandbank in the evening. Let's see how it goes. Don't miss this part of Bangaram Island whenever you are here. Okay, now let's get back.
This is my daughter snorkeling. That's the location. So while I'm having my cup of tea at Bangaram Island Resort in Lakshadweep, let me clarify your doubts about PCC or Police Clearance Certificate and permits. So if you are visiting government resorts like Bangaram, where I am at present, or Paradise in Kavarati, you do not need PCC. All you have to do is book the resort and the resort will give you your permit. But if you are visiting private resorts, then you need a PCC done based on which your permits will be given. So I hope I have cleared all your doubts about PCC and permits.
We are waiting for a sandbank visit, and while we are waiting for it, let me share a few more interesting facts about Lakshadweep. Many of you might be wondering about the various hues of the water as to why it is turquoise in some places and deep blue in others. Let me explain. The blue lagoon around the island are turquoise in color, like the color that you are seeing right now. As you move away from the lagoon and enter the reef and the sea, the color changes to deep blue cobalt, like the color that you are seeing right now. The turquoise color is due to the presence of a type of algae whose name is there on the screen. This algae is found in warm tropical waters and give the water its blue-green color. The change in color of the water is also a sign of an healthy ecosystem. The algae bloom provide food and shelter for a wide variety of marine life. Some even say that the presence of coral reef and angle of sunlight can also be the reason for the color change. Whatever is the reason for the color change, it is truly a mesmerizing sight. You know that Lakshadweep does not have any movie theatres, not even for the locals. The head of Lakshadweep is an administrator. Mr. Praful Patel is the current administrator of Lakshadweep. Interestingly, Lakshadweep comes under the jurisdiction of High Court of Kerala. And talking about major occupation, it is fishing and coconut farming. Tourism is also catching up now. It was a tad disappointing that our sandbank visit did not happen, and let me tell you why. After my daughter finished her shore snorkeling, we were waiting at the beach near the activity to be called for sandbank visit. After waiting for some time, when we did not get called for sandbank visit, I went to water sports center to inquire, but I did not find a soul I could inquire with. So I went back to the beach and waited to be called for sandbank visit. Dusk was descending by then, so I could have understood there was some miscommunication somewhere. I went back to the water sports center to inquire, and to my sheer disappointment, I was told that the sandbank visit was over for the day, that I was waiting at the wrong side of the beach, that I should have waited at the kayaking side of the beach, which is around 100 meters away from the shore snorkeling side. It was sunset time, and I was reminded of the quote, whether you camp under the stars or not, stay long enough on a beach to see the sunset. Tonight being the last night at Bangaram Resort, my friends wanted to do something special. So they requested Bangaram Resort to organize a karaoke setup for us, which they so kindly did at no extra cost to us. We had so much of fun singing and dancing at the karaoke. Thank you, Bangaram Resort, for organizing this, and thank you, my dear friends, for making the last night oh so special. And that's how our last night at Lakshadweep went by. Welcome to day 5 of my Lakshadweep trip. It has been raining incessantly. Yesterday night we had settled all our bills for water sports activities as well as a few soft drinks that we had. Today morning they had asked us to leave our luggage outside our door and be at the jetty by 8:30 am.
I just checked out right now. It has been raining since morning. Yesterday night also it rained. Puddles. This is how so quite.
I had a very hearty breakfast and waited at the restaurant till I was called for the ferry. I cast a long look at Bangaram Island through the lens of my camera before I left. Truly, it is the jewel in the crown of Lakshadweep. And with a heavy heart, I bid goodbye to Bangaram Island. Now coming to the cost of my trip, I would exclude the cost of flight as that would depend from which city you fly from. Now coming to the cost of my stay, which includes room charges, all meals, local transportation from Agatti Airport to Bangaram Island and back, and the permit cost. I shelled out a little more than 1 lakh rupees for 2 of us, which is 1 adult and 1 child for 4 nights at Bangaram Island. Please know that any tour package depends on the season and the category of room that you opt for. I would leave the details of the tour company that organized my trip in the description box. We are at Agatti Airport now and already checked in. Please remember to keep your entry permit to Lakshadweep handy, as you would be once again asked to show that during departure. From Agatti, we are taking a flight to Kochi, and from Kochi, we will take another flight to Bangalore, where I stay. That's the end of my Lakshadweep series. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so far. And please write to me in the comment section with your feedback and if you have any query related to this episode. See you soon in the new series on Azerbaijan.